Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe, click the notification button to get all the newest vids, and of course like, comment and share the videos. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, semi-final number 2, Nadal versus Medvedev. Thiem versus Djokovic, incredible match, and this match in the evening, the level up here. Again, I would say maybe a little bit less entertaining than Thiem Djokovic, because the final set, I think, wasn't that hotly contested, in my opinion. But my boy Rafa, unfortunately, just didn't come through. Right, so he lost 3-6. Well, Medvedev, won, let's say. 3-6, 7-6, 6-3. So 2 sets to 1 went to a decider. And yeah, let's go straight into this match because there's quite a bit to talk about. And of course, you know, I can talk about Rafael Nadal for ages. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so Nadal broke at 4-3 up, and he was utilizing serve and volley very effectively. So something that I've mentioned before at Medvedev, that Murray mentioned in his analysis for Amazon Prime, that Medvedev stands quite far back, and what it means is that he doesn't always get the snap and depth on his returns. He does, on the whole, I think, return quite deep, but sometimes what it means is that you've got more time. Because he's giving himself more time to return, it means that as a server you've got more time to come to the net as well. And he utilised his serve and volley very effectively, and they showed before the match even started him practicing that, and he utilised it in the US Open final in 2019 when he beat Medvedev. And yeah, one thing that I wanted to point out as well, so we're talking about Medvedev standing back. So just as a comparison, Nadal stands about 2 meters behind the baseline when he's returning, which most commentators are like, whoa, that's so far back, right? Medvedev stands 5 meters back on average. 5 meters. Can you imagine? I mean, I know he's got a big wingspan, but that is really far back. But clearly, it's effective, right? And it works for him. So fine. Another tactic that Nadal tried to use throughout this whole match, which, to be honest with you, it was very effective for a set and 3/4, to be honest with you. In this tournament, Nadal was hitting on his backhand 74% topspin and 26% slice in terms of backhands, right? So 74% of the time he was hitting a topspin backhand, 26% slice. In this match, it was the reverse. He was hitting 70% slices and 30% odd topspin. Now, obviously, when you normally play, you're looking at someone, and if they're pretty solid on both wings like Nadal is now, you are going to hit around 70% or 70% plus really on that topspin backhand. But the reason why he was using that backhand slice so much, 70% as I said, slicing on that backhand, is because he wanted to get Medvedev out of position and really change up the pace, because when you hit one pace with Medvedev, the ball just comes back faster and quicker and quicker and harder, and that's just all that happens. Nadal realized that's the point, and yeah, he just adapted. And I think beforehand he would have looked at it, and it did work, because what he would do is he wouldn't just slice and then double up on that slice a lot. He did a couple of times, but on the whole it wasn't. What he would do is he would slice, and then Medvedev would pick it up and hit a rallying stroke, and then Nadal would go big on that next shot and really put Medvedev under pressure, because he knew, okay, Medvedev's a little bit out of position when he's hit that slice, because he's hitting that slice majority of the time deep, and if he can, at an angle to that backhand. So that first set, Nadal really looked very, very solid. Won it 6-3, and as I said, utilising those tactics really did help. I felt for sure it did help him. Second set, he's 1-0 down and 40-15 down on his serve. And Nadal hits a big double fault. And what is up with double faults? I just said about in the Thiem Djokovic one, Thiem hit double fault at match point in the second set. I talked about double faults in previous matches. Thiem luckily went on to win that match. But again, Nadal double faulted here. It's just such a weird one, seeing these top players do it. I don't think it's common, is it? I've seen so many matches and I just don't ever remember there being double faults on these big points. Yeah, maybe if you're 15 love down, but I don't know. As I said, it's pressure, but you're indoors. There's no elements or anything. You can't use that excuse. It's just a strange one. Anyway, so Medvedev in the driving seat at 2 love down, and just the way he hits that forehand and backhand, as I said in previous videos, it's with very low coverage over the net, and it's difficult. It's just very awkward. He also hits very good angles off that forehand cross court, where he'll hit a forehand almost short cross court to drag you out, or winners at times. Just very, very unorthodox in the way that he plays, but it's just so effective, and such a big server as well. And I think he was serving around 70% first serves for most of this game, which is just incredible, especially considering how accurate and quick his serve is as well. So just for a comparison as well, for Nadal's serve, is that he was hitting in the first set at an average of 120 miles an hour and 44% unreturned serves. So, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? It's good. And then in comparison, though, the second set, he was hitting 160 miles an hour. It was only 4 miles an hour slower, but then the difference in unreturned serves, 23%. So nearly halved in the second set. So Medvedev's getting 77% of Nadal's serves back in that second set. Probably a combination, I think, of two things. One, Nadal wasn't serving as well in that second set. But two, Medvedev, he actually, and after that first set, he was 5 meters back. On average, he came forward, I think it was about 3 meters. So he went from 5 meters to 3 meters. And that made a difference because he started returning, and then that next shot he would almost hit inside the baseline. I think it was 50% of the time. Just, yeah, really clever. He did the same thing in the US Open in 2019. He adapted well, and he did end up losing that to Nadal, but in this one, he came out on top, and the adaptation of his game throughout this match really was a difference. Anyway, so at 4-2, Medvedev was up 4-2, but Nadal being relentless, Medvedev saved a break point, though, with a huge ace down the line, as I said, and Nadal broke back, though, eventually pouncing on a short ball, hitting a forehand cross court to make it 4-3 and back on serve. As I said, Medvedev has 70% first serves. His backhand unforced errors were quite high at 13. I think that's because Nadal was hitting a lot of backhand slices to Medvedev's backhand and really mixing it up to Medvedev's backhand, and it made it very awkward for him. Nadal only 2 unforced errors on his backhand. Right, this is at during the second set. Nadal broke Medvedev again to make it 5-4, right? And it's funny because Medvedev had break points to go 5-1 up a few games back. So Nadal actually had the opportunity to serve for the match, and Medvedev's thinking, what? I literally was 4-1 up and I had an opportunity to go 5-1 up and just seal this set so easily. And you're just thinking, Nadal's going to seal this now. He's come back. What a comeback. And I'm thinking as a Nadal fan, yes, come on, just serve it out. Easy. So easy to do that. A couple of really big serves and your big first serves and you're in the game, and that's it. Medvedev, ridiculous depth on all the returns in that Nadal game, and broke back to make it 5-all, and I'm ripping my hair out, and Nadal holds serve to take it to a tiebreaker. Medvedev, in that tiebreaker, and I've said this before, I don't think Nadal likes tiebreakers. I just think it's one of those things that's a little bit out of his control, and it is a little bit of a lottery, and Medvedev hit this shank forehand, kind of lob over Nadal's head in that tiebreak. But, how that happens, it's not really his fault. It's just a little bit of luck that, fair enough, it happens. He ended up running away with a tiebreaker, 7-4 in the end, taking that second set and taking it to a deciding set. Yeah, as I said, I mentioned about Medvedev. He hit 50% of his shots in rallies inside the baseline in that second set compared to 23% in the first set. And he returned from 5 meters in that first set to, an average of 2 meters in the second set. And it really did help him, get a grip in that second set. Right, so this third set. Now, there's not that much to talk about because, to be honest with you, Medvedev was imperious, I have to say. As much as I love Nadal, I just think in the end Medvedev was a rightful winner. Nadal had that chance at 5-4 in the second set, but after that, it's really all Medvedev. At 3-3, Nadal saved multiple break points, but eventually succumbed to Medvedev. I mean, his just shot making and his aggressiveness in terms of the way he hits the ball and comes forward. He looked quite comfortable at the net, which is not his natural game, but he really did mix it up, and I think just so solid. And as I said, he's got an unorthodox way of the way he hits his shots and the grip that he hits them at, but it really does work for him. And Nadal just had no answer in that third set, and at 5-3, Nadal serving to stay in the match, he broke him again to win. Nadal did look a little bit bereft of ideas, if I'm being honest with you, and it's one of those things that it's really disappointing because as a Nadal fan, this is the only tournament he's never won, and he really was playing well, I thought, this year, to be honest with you. I mean, against Thiem he lost, but it was one of those ones where it was 2 tie breaks and it could have gone either way, and he did play very well in that. For a set and 3/4 up until 5-4, I thought, look, he's playing quite well again, and he's going to win this. And then after that, Medvedev, though, really strong mental aptitude from him, and to come from behind, especially when Nadal's serving for the match there, and just perform the way he did. And he is, as I said, alongside Thiem, they're the 2 players really in form at the moment, deservedly both in the final. And Nadal will be disappointed with that, but look, I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes, I think, unfortunately. But what a match again. Not, as I said, not quite as thrilling as that Thiem Djokovic match, just because the third set Medvedev did kind of run away with it, but those first 2 sets were very, very good in my opinion. Really, really competitive match once again. Right, should we do a little bit of a preview for that Medvedev Thiem match? Let's do it. Okay, so Thiem versus Medvedev. Now, Thiem, as I've said before, is my pick. Medvedev is just so solid. I think this is really going to come down. I think it's going to go to 3 sets again. I don't think it's going to be in straight sets. It's a strange one because I just think, if I'm honest with you, when Thiem is playing like how he's playing at the moment, I just don't know if anyone can beat him, because the type of shots he hits, you just can't defend it. It's just almost impossible. And he just looks so solid in every aspect. Medvedev does look very solid, but there is a little bit of you can slice to that backhand, and it does make a difference, and Thiem's improved that shot a lot. It just depends on what tactics both of them use. Interesting to see what Medvedev does. I think he again will need to... He's quite unorthodox, though, to be fair, so maybe that will play into his hands when playing against Thiem, because Thiem, in a way, does also like it to be one pace, because it's just a lot easier as a player, especially if you're trying to be aggressive, to know the pace of the ball coming at you and be able to anticipate it quickly. I'm going to go with Thiem in 3. But look, Medvedev could easily get through this because he's just so in form at the moment. And he's serving so well. Serving is going to be a huge, huge factor in this. I mean, if one of them doesn't serve particularly well, they will most definitely lose, in my opinion. It's so hard to win a match without serving well, because these guys are at this level, right? And look, if one of them is not serving well, it's very unlikely we're going to have two players on the same court serving badly. Yep, I'm going to go Thiem in 3 sets. Let's see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to watching it and doing the post match reaction to that. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, share the vids, and of course subscribe. Your support is really greatly appreciated. Click the notification button as well to make sure you get all the latest videos. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much and enjoy the final.